Welcome back to day 3. Well, we have a super special story today about Mary and her journey to Bethlehem. So today we are going to learn how to put on the shoes of peace so that you can go out and spread peace everywhere and anywhere you go, and so you can have peace in your hearts with God. So, like yesterday and the day before, let's start with our banner verse that comes from Ephesians 6:10. Ready? I know you know it by now. Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of his power. Ephesians 6:10. Awesome job. Well, let's go. Day 3 of VBS. Here we go.
Nice. Today's a very special story about peace. Shoes of peace, to be exact. Who wore those shoes of peace? Mary, Jesus' mother. Let's put on our shoes of peace. We're armored up now. Let's watch the video and see what happens.
In the book of Luke, chapter 2, we are told about the birth of Jesus. Some call this the nativity story, and others call it the Christmas story. It all begins with a young girl, Mary, finding out that she was going to have a baby. Some may not think this is too strange, but the message was delivered to her not by a doctor, but by an angel. Another angel appeared to Joseph, explaining that all of this was something from God. All was going along just fine until the Emperor Caesar Augustus told everyone that they needed to be counted. But they could only be counted while in their hometown, which was in Bethlehem. So Mary and Joseph had to go on an 80-mile journey, which took several days to walk. After they arrived in Bethlehem, it was time for the baby to be born. Now, there were lots of people showing up in Bethlehem for the big emperor count. Since Mary and Joseph didn't have reservations, they had a difficult time finding a hotel room. Finally, one person was able to offer them a stable, more like a barn, for them to sleep in. In this rustic hotel room, the baby Jesus was born and placed in a manger, since there was no other bed. While all of this was happening, yet another angel appeared to shepherds who were watching their sheep nearby. The angel spoke to the shepherds and told them what angels always say. Hey, don't freak out. I have good news to tell you. The Savior was born today. Go and check it out. You will find him wrapped up and lying in a manger. And then, as if there weren't enough angel appearances already, a whole group of them showed up and began singing songs to God. After the angel choir left, the shepherds went to see Jesus. They found him exactly where the angel said he would be. After they left, they were so excited that they told everyone they saw about this Savior who was born, the one who would bring peace to the world. And this is just one great story from the King's Book.
Wasn't that a great video about Mary's peace in her heart? She knew there were plans for her and the special baby that she was carrying. And we're going to talk about Christmas in the middle of summer. Isn't that a great way to remind yourself that the story is a-coming like it always does? So we're going to start off with Joseph, right? He was going to marry Mary. There's Mary. And they went to Bethlehem on a donkey, okay? So, when they get to Bethlehem, because they had to be counted, because it was census time, there were so many people in this whole entire city that there was not one single space for Mary and Joseph to have baby Jesus. So they went to a really cool innkeeper and knocked on the door and said, "Hey, do you have a space somewhere?" And the innkeeper thought to himself, "Nope." And he was getting ready to shut the door on Mary and Joseph when he opened that door and he remembered, wait a minute, I have a space in the back. It's in a stable. It's where we keep all the animals, the cows and the sheep and the donkeys and maybe a camel or two. You can stay there. It's not comfortable, but it'll be just fine. So that night, we all know the story. Sweet baby Jesus was born. And they laid him in a manger, which is a food trough, by the way, and wrapped him up in his nice, tight little clothes so he feels real comfortable and safe. And guess what happened? God did a really miraculous thing. He said, we're going to talk to some of the people out in the field. So he sent his band of angels, right? They're all singing and excited that Jesus is born, and they show up to the shepherds. Well, they're the lowest on the totem pole, that's for sure. They just don't have any kind of, class. They just tend sheep all the time. They don't do much of anything else, right? But God wanted them to be the first ones to know. That long night ago, peace. The peace that God wants us to armor up with is the peace that lives inside of our heart. It's some things that we say to other people that can bring peace to them when they're hurting. It's something that you can say peace to someone that you're having an argument with, like, I'm sorry, maybe we should try to do it a different way. I don't always have to be right, but I want us to be friends so we can be peaceful together. I want you to remember that all of the armor of God that we're putting on today is something that you will always carry with you, no matter where you go. And today's peace is all about the peaceful love that God had for us.
Thanks, Miss Gwenda. Now it's time for Crafts with Miss Alicia.
Hey, my crafters of North Castle. How are y'all doing today on day 3? So we're learning about Mary today and her journey to Bethlehem. And so we are going to be making some shoes of peace. So what I've done is just got some white sneakers from Target. I've also got a pair of socks. So if you don't have a pair of white shoes that your parents will let you decorate, that's okay. Ask if you can use a pair of socks. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to do both today. So I've already decorated one of my shoes with the word peace. And then I've kind of made it tie-dye because these are the size to fit my little girl. And she loves rainbows and anything that sparkles, so we're gonna add some glitter to them at the end. But what we're gonna do for the socks is we're gonna lay them down the opposite way, and we're gonna write peace on each side, okay? All right, let's get going. Give me one moment. I just forgot my tulip paint. All right, I'm back. Magic. So I'm going to use the colors red and green on my socks because this is the story of Christmas, and those are the colors of Christmas for me. So I'm just going to get started. You can decorate these however you want, but if you're using a tulip paint or a dimensional paint like I am, it is going to take some time to dry. So you can do snowflakes, you can do some Christmassy stuff if you want. I am just going to write peace and kind of stack it just like that. All right. Got a little bubble there, but that's okay. Bubbles do pop, but there we go. So we have piece on that side. Put my lid back on so it doesn't fall over. And then I'm also gonna do piece on the other side, but I'm gonna use green. All right, let's get going. So P, E, A, C, E. Oh, and then we get a little stop. Now that's okay. Now our crafts are never meant to be perfect, but they are made to be pretty. So we are gonna try to make them look how we want them to look. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a little bit of my red glitter, just a little bit, and I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit of that here onto my table because this is super fine. And then I am going to pinch a little and dust it onto the tops of that fabric. So then when it dries, they'll be just a little bit sparkly. And that is how you make some shoes of peace with socks. So the next way that you can do it, we're gonna set those to the side, is to use some fabric pins. And I got these from Target. You can also use regular markers and you can spray them down with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and it'll work the same way. But what I did is I just wrote out the word peace and then I made a tie-dye effect. On the back of them I put a peace sign, and this was really, really easy to do. So I'm not gonna show you all of it, but I just wanna show you how easy it is. So you just put this down and you just write directly on the shoe. And that way people can see your shoes of peace and you can look down and you can remember that even though Mary had a long journey, she was able to find peace along the way. Thank you for joining me for day 3 of crafts. I'll see you tomorrow.
Wasn't that a fun craft? Now let's see what game Miss Savannah has for us.
Welcome back to day 3 of VBS. Today's game is going to be a castle race. So when the Knights of North Castle travel, how do you think they travel? The answer is on horseback. So we are going to have a relay race to test our horse riding skills, and you're only going to need 3 things. You're going to need a pool noodle or anything else that looks like a pool noodle, maybe a broom or something you have laying around the house that looks like this, okay? And a balloon, any color will do, and for an added kick, a ball. We are going to use a partner as well to race each other all the way across and all the way back. So we're gonna show you how that's done. All right, Miss Gwenda and I are ready for our castle race. We got all of our materials we need and a ball for an extra challenge. We're gonna gallop all the way from this white line to that white line. Are you ready to watch? Okay.
Great game, Miss Savannah. Let's go fuel up with Miss April and snacks.
Welcome back to Snack Time. I'm so excited to see you guys again tonight. So our Bible story that you guys learned about was when Mary learned that she was going to have a son and his name was going to be Jesus. So what time of year do we normally celebrate Jesus's birth? Is it Halloween? No. Is it Valentine's Day? No. What is it? Christmas. You guys are so smart. So, but it's the middle of summer. So what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna have Christmas in July. We're gonna celebrate Christmas tonight, but we're gonna put a summer twist on it. So what you guys are gonna need is a piece of watermelon, because that's the official fruit of the summer, I've decided. And then you also can use blueberries and bananas or any type of fruit that you like. But we're going to go with a watermelon tonight. So this is a part you're gonna need some adult help with, okay? So parents, you guys can buy these already sliced up just like this, or you can just buy like an individual or a bigger watermelon, but you want to kind of have it in a cube like this. So kiddos, Some of this stuff your parents are going to have to help you with because they're going to need to use a sharp knife, okay? But there's other stuff you can use with like a plastic knife or one that you, your parents say that's okay for you to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this triangle piece of watermelon and we're going to make it into a Christmas tree, okay? So I'm going to lay that down and I'm going to use my plastic knife because my mom has said it's okay. And then we're just going to cut like a triangle, a smaller triangle around this part. So when you're cutting a watermelon, you don't want to cut into the white part or the, I think it's the pith, because that stuff's not the tasty thing. So we're gonna take off the green rind, like that. They can be heavy, be careful. And then this kind of looks like a Christmas tree, right? But it just needs a little bit more shaping. So Christmas trees are kind of more like triangle part. So I'm gonna cut that out. Don't throw these away, be sure to eat these, they're so good. So now we've got kind of like a little Christmas tree like that. But we got to decorate our tree and it also needs like a stem, like it's got the, so this is where your parents need to help you again. So parents, what you'll do is you'll take the rind and one of your sharp knives. You're going to cut a tree trunk, okay? So I'm going to try to make this work for that. I'm going to cut this a little bit more. And then what you'll do is you'll take this and you'll put it at the bottom on your plate. And you can see you've made a little tree trunk. That's a little, oh, this knife is perfect. It's a little too big. There's that. So now it's time to decorate our Christmas tree. So I've got some awesome blueberries here. They're gonna be our ornaments. So I'm just gonna lay them on here, decorate them however you want. You could use raspberries, grapes, cut those up, do anything you want. All sorts of ornaments on our Christmas tree. And then I think a Christmas tree is not done until there's a little star on it. So what I'm going to use is a banana. We're going to cut a little piece of banana. And then I'm going to figure out how to make this into a star. It's not going to be perfect, and I'm okay with that. You could also make like an angel. This is my star is not working out, I'll be honest, but I think it'll be tasty, so we're gonna do that. So you just kind of spread it around. Hopefully your star will look better than mine, but there we go. So you guys can make a whole bunch of these and share them with your friends or your families. You can take them to your neighbors at a safe distance and say, Merry Christmas in the middle of July. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.
That sure looked yummy. Let's go see what's happening in science with Miss Alicia.
Hey Knights of North Castle. Today is day 3 of science and we are going to learn about cause and effect, okay? So we are going to be going on the journey with Mary through Bethlehem. So we're going to have some bouncy balls and some marbles. So if you have something like that at your house, you can go grab it and pause this video and then come back. Or you can just watch and you can do this later on with your friends. You can get any kind of ball that you have that's the size of your hand or less. The smaller is gonna be better for this project though. So keep that in mind. You're also gonna want some Play-Doh. I'm using pink because it's one of my favorite colors, but you can use whatever you like. You're also gonna need some straws. I like bendy ones. You can use straight ones. You can just grab like a Sonic straw out of your mom's car because I'm sure she's got one in there. And then you're gonna need a pen and a piece of paper. Your paper is best if it's got a little bit of texture on it, but just some regular printer paper will work as well. You can also try doing this just with Play-Doh on your kitchen table or on a tile or wood floor, if that's okay with Mom and Dad. All right, let's get started. So today you all have learned about Mary and her traveling to Bethlehem and how that was pretty difficult for her. That was a really long journey. But she had the shoes of peace on that kept her calm and helped her to make it along the way. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw a path for Mary, okay? So in my mind, it was a windy, curvy road because they didn't have a GPS and they didn't know just to go from here to here. They used the stars, but it wasn't always nighttime outside, so I'm sure they kind of went all around the ways. So that's gonna be one of our roads, okay? And then we'll make it here. All right. And we're gonna say this is Mary's journey. All right. So to get started, we're not gonna use our Play-Doh yet because that's like having the helpers up when you're bowling. Have y'all ever been bowling and you've gotta have, what are those things called? The little helpers? I don't know what they're called. I'm gonna call them helper. The little bumpers. Thank you, Miss Savannah. And then you're gonna get your straw. And so what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be putting a ball at the starting point, and we're gonna use short breaths or long breaths to get it to move. We're gonna try to stay on the path as much as possible. I promise it's a little hard because I've already tried, and it does take some skill. So I'm sure all of you like a challenge, so maybe have a competition with your sibling or with your mom or dad. And let's get going. That's not gonna work. Let's try again. That was a long breath. Oh, see, and that was too much. So see, Mary couldn't just like do just a little bit. She had to do a lot, but she also had to go just right so that she could make her way to Bethlehem. So we're gonna try a few other ways. So this is a marble. Do y'all have marbles at home? This is really smooth, and this bouncy ball is really rubbery and it has more texture. The marble kind of just starts on its own. Maybe that's because this floor is a little unlevel. So we're gonna go back to the bouncy ball. It's just a part of science, remember? It's our experiment. It doesn't always go how we want to. So I'm gonna try. We're gonna speed this up. It went too far. All right, guys, I want you all to try this at home. I've showed you how to do it. But if you're like me and that's getting a little too rough, or you have younger siblings who want to help and they're getting frustrated, get your Play-Doh and make you some little bumpers. So I know going around this first curve is a little hard. So I'm gonna make a bumper there. And then I'm gonna get some more Play-Doh. And there's another curve here. And I'm gonna make a little bumper. You can make all sorts of things if you want. I've seen some kids who have used their board games like Chutes and Ladders or Candyland, and they pretended that was the road for Mary, and that's so fun. So we have another bumper, and you can line the whole road if you want to. Okay, here's our last one. And we are gonna take this little marble, and I'm gonna take my purple straw, and we're gonna get going. It knew that there was a bumper there. Oh my goodness. Let's try one more time. Whoop. Okay, my table's too big for me to go, but you saw that started to work. So do that at home and send me some pictures in the comments, or have your mom send some pictures to Miss Gwenda. So how this ties back into our Bible story is that sometimes God put some peacemakers in Mary's life to kind of help her along her way. And he gave her shoes of peace so that she could make it to Bethlehem and deliver baby Jesus. Thank you all so much for joining us for science today. Bye.
We'd love to see your science experiments, but let's head over to music with Miss Savannah.
Welcome back, Knights of North Castle. Today is day 3, and we have learned so much. And I'm just so proud of you guys for all you have put effort into to learn messages from God about how we can armor up for him. Okay, are you ready to jump into day 3 songs? I can hear you. Are you ready to jump into day 3 songs? That's right. Okay, our first song is called Our God. This song is a song you probably know, but we're gonna sing it and add some motions to it, okay? So let's do it. It says, water you turned into wine, just like that. Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you, none like you. Bring your arms down. Good job. That was verse 1. Verse 2 says, into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Ooh. Good. Now here's the chorus. Are you ready? Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God, our God. I kind of messed up at that part. Okay, let's go back. It says, our God is healer, awesome in power. Good, there you go. Our God, our God. So this is sign language for God, okay? And then it goes into the bridge and we sing, and if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? Do a stop sign. And if our God is with us, bring your hand to your side. Then what could stand against, right? Nothing. Let's do it again. And if our God is for us, stop sign, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? Good job. So you learned 2 verses, a chorus, and a bridge. So you're ready to do it with me. I'll walk you through it just like usual, okay? Let's do it. Oh, wrong song. Here we go. There we go. We're going to sing Water You Turned Into Wine. We're going to do this. Ready? Water you turned into wine. What did he do? Put your hands on your eyes. Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you. Point. Other hand points. Bring them down. You. Ready? Into the darkness you shine. Burst out. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. Point up. Point up. You. Bring them down. Ready? Our God is greater. Strong arms. God, you are higher than any other. Hand to your heart. Awesome in power. Good. Our God. Verse 2, ready? Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one. Point. Point again. You. Can you bring them down? Good. Chorus. Our God is greater. Strong arms. Arms go up. Higher than any other. Our God is, hand to your heart. Power. Our God. If our God is for us, stop sign. And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? Stop sign. If our God is with us, then what could stand against? Do it again. Stop sign. Hand to your side. Arms out. Again. Stop sign. Hand to your side. Then what could stand against? Greater. Stronger. Higher than any other. Hand to your chest. Awesome in power. Good job. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Healer. Good. Greater, our God is stronger, higher, hand to your chest, power, God. Awesome. Good job. Y'all did that so well. Okay, let's do it again, but this time you're gonna sing super loud and you're gonna dance as big as you can, and I'm gonna be there to help you along the way. Let's do it.
Water you turned into wine. Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you. None like you. Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what could stand against? Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God.
All right, you're probably wondering why I'm wearing a Christmas hat, a Santa hat. It's because our next song is about Christmas time. We are going to celebrate Christmas with this song, okay? So let's jump right in. This song is called Emmanuel, God is with us, okay? So we're going to start with the snaps, and we're going to snap. It can feel like Christmas in the springtime or the fall. It can feel like Christmas through the hottest months of all. Keep snapping. Christmas time reminds us Jesus came for us. We will never be alone. It's all because. And then we get to the chorus and it says, Emmanuel, God is with us all year long. Emmanuel, you are why we sing this song. You came down from your throne above to be Emmanuel. God is with us. Okay? So we do God, or Emmanuel, which means God. We do that sign language. And then we say God is with us all year long. I have an L and I'm going from my right to my left. Okay? Emmanuel, you are why we sing this song. This is sing in sign language, okay? You came down from your throne above to be Emmanuel. God is with us. Good job. Okay, so the next part we have is our bridge that says, "Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him." We're going to sweep and we're going to say, "Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him." Good. All right, so you learned the verses and the bridges and the choruses. So let's put it together with music. I'll walk you through it just like always. We're gonna snap. Are you ready? Okay, ready? It can feel like Christmas in the springtime or the fall. Snap with me. It can feel like Christmas through the hottest months of all. Good. Christmas time reminds us Jesus came to us. All right, we're gonna get ready for the chorus. We're gonna do sign language for God. Ready? God all year long. Do it again. Emmanuel. Can you sing? Why we sing this song. Ready? Bring your arms down. Good. God. Hug. Good. Okay, we're gonna snap in place again. Are you ready? Tree. Good. Sing. That Jesus came is all it takes for me. I can't hear you. Good. Keep snapping. Snapping is hard. You can clap. Okay, ready? Can we do Emmanuel? Hug. Good. Sign language for sing. Okay, bring your arms up. Bring your arms down. Awesome. God. Hug. Okay, oh, come let us adore him. Reach. Reach. Up and over. Good. Again. Reach. Reach. Good. Hug yourself. Good. Emmanuel. Can you sing? Good. Arms up. Arms down. Emmanuel.
It can feel like Christmas in the springtime or the
Thanks for teaching us those dances, Miss Savannah. Now let's see what our mission is from Miss Gwenda.
Hi, welcome to Day 3 Mission. Today we're going to make pennants of peace. Do you know what a pennant is? You've probably seen them. They hang from a piece of string. Sometimes they're pointy, sometimes they're squared. But you know what? You can write all kinds of fun things on them. And today we're going to talk about peace, how peace can be peaceful to your heart, how you can have peace in your home, and how you can have peace with God. And I want you to look at some of the things that I've done here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of string. I found some fancy yarn in my resource room, which is pretty cool. And we're going to cut off some of that. Okay, we're going to lay it out because we're going to make some little pieces of construction paper. Now, if you can see, I put armor up with peace. Ooh, that's a good one. How about peace begins with me? And peace begins with you too, right? And then here's one from John 14:27. It says, peace I leave you, my peace I give you. And then finally, the last one, it says, God's strength gives us peace to be ready to go wherever God sends us. That sounds like mission work, doesn't it? Let me show you how I attached everything to the back. I made my pennant square. If you want, you can make yours into a triangle. That would be fancy. And then I took and I folded it over my piece of string. I took a piece of tape and I taped it over so that it would lay flat. And I did that for all of my pieces. Now, what are you going to do with this? You're going to hang this in your room as a reminder that your peace begins with God and that God sends you out to give peace to other people. All right, Day 3 in the books.
Mary and Joseph went to Bethlehem for a vacation to watch a soccer game because Bethlehem has great tacos, so the king could count people. So the king could count people. A knight's full suit of armor usually weighs about the same as a hamburger, the same as a feather, 50 pounds, the same as 3 llamas. £50. A turret is something that is purchased on vacation. A small castle tower used as a lookout. A very small car. A small colorful bird that likes to walk in water. A small castle tower used as a lookout.
Well, Day 3 is over and we had so much fun learning how to put on the shoes of peace. Well, snack time was probably my favorite part today, so I hope that you will have fun making that with your families at home. So let's end with our banner verse and then we'll say goodbye. Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of his power. Ephesians 6:10. We'll see you tomorrow for Day 4 of Vacation Bible School. Bye.